about talk today. So I'm going to start with how to make an assignment in Seesaw to send out to your class. So you are going to go to this plus sign right here, and you're going to go to assign activity. Now let's pretend that what I'm looking for today is Mo Willems. I'm doing an author study about Mo Willems in the library, and so I need an activity. I can start by going to the community library and searching for something that already exists. So I'm just going to go ahead and type in Mo Willems and see what comes up. See, there's a ton of things already available. Okay, I'm doing an author study. Let's see. Well, first of all, there's this whole amazing library. I could totally use that. But, oh, this is perfect, actually. This one right over here. Mo Willems, The Pigeon Needs a Bath. I just read that to my class the other day. So I'm going to click on this and look at it. And it says, Mo Willems, Pigeon Needs a Bath. What's your favorite pigeon book by Mo Willems? Listen to the story. Use the typing or the microphone to reflect on your favorite part of the story, and then tap the check mark to post to your journal. Okay, so I'm looking at this. This looks pretty good. This link looks like it's probably going to go to a read aloud of that story, which is great. And then here's a template, and then they have a reflection. If I like this activity, I'm going to probably give it a heart. I'm not going to go right ahead and assign it. That's just me, because I don't like it to look like it comes from Lynn Gibson, because I don't know who that is. I like my assignments to come from me. So I do that by giving it a heart. And when I do that, it gets saved into my library. All right, so I'm going to go into my library now. And there it is right here. I am still not going to assign it because it still looks like it's by Lynn Gibson, which is not me. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to go here to this ... and I am going to copy and edit the activity. So I like the title. I like this part. Listen to the story. That's fine. I don't like this. They're spelling favorite a little different. But otherwise, everything looks good. Perfect. I'm going to save it. Now, look. Haha! I'm the author all of a sudden, right? And Seesaw works like this. You can kind of borrow and change things up from other people. Okay, now I can, actually, let me go back and edit a little bit. I might be getting ahead of myself. Yes, here. If you go down here, do you see how it says skills none, this little graduation cap? Okay, I'm going to click on this for a minute. We're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, but I'm going to come back to that. Look at all these skills that are in here. Okay, now there's not a whole lot, because I haven't added a whole bunch. But I threw these in here just for example. Okay, so maybe I wanted this activity to focus on the skills of reading comprehension and a little writing, because they're going to reflect on their favorite story. Okay, so I'm going to put that there, check mark the skills. So now there's 2 skills associated with this activity. So I'm going to save it, and then I can assign it to my class. And I can pick, since I have multiple classes, as the media specialist, but I'm just going to give it to this stuff. So I find it there. Okay. Now, that was an example of me assigning something. Okay, sorry, interruption. Picking up where I left off. That was an example of me making an assignment from one that already exists. Okay, if I want to create my own, I could go up here to add, go to assign activity. Okay, now instead of pulling from the community library, I could go here to create my own. Oh, before we do that though, look here. Here is the school and district library. It has 26 activities in here. It should have more. I am a little guilty of this, because if we look at my library, I have 1,163 assignments, because I was a virtual first grade teacher for a year. I didn't realize that mine were not going into the school and district library. I have to specify that, so I will make it a project of mine to start going through and sharing them so that you guys will have access to them, because I have several, from Read Words to 100th Day to Read Aloud to me doing actual focus lessons, math, a lot of reading, a lot of phonics, pretty much anything you could imagine, it's in here, okay? So it would be great supplemental stuff to do while you are teaching guided reading groups or math groups. So I will try to get those in there as a resource for you guys, because if the work's done, why not, right? Okay, anyway, back to if you were making your own, because I did that a lot. So we adding assign activity, create a new activity. So here we're going. Okay, remember I'm still thinking about a Mo Willems author study. Let's go ahead and stick with pigeon. Pigeon is that, right? So let's see. Maybe I want the kids to actually listen to the story also, and then maybe I want them to have a picture of pigeon all dirty and they have to like wash him or something, and that's my activity. So I'll say here, listen to the story, use the eraser tool to clean pigeon up, record yourself telling me why you need that or something, right? I could record myself talking about the instructions, or I could, oh here, I'm going to add my video, right? Because we're talking about, so I might go to YouTube, you know, find the link here. I'm not going to show you all that. And I would link it right here, so then the video would be attached, right, of the read aloud to, you know, the pigeon book. Here's where I put my template. Okay, so what I could do, what I was thinking, I'd go to the drawing page. This is often where I went. I go here, and I was thinking I could find an image of pigeons, a clean pigeon or something, and I could edit it. Well, that's not going to work because I need it. And I could put him up here and make him dirty, and then the kids would like erase and make it go away. And then they could record themselves saying something, okay? But I also want to show you a little trick. A lot of times when I made an assignment, I would come in here to this page right here, and I would make it kind of like the kids' worksheet, if you will, right? Sometimes I'd get in here and I'd get my tools or my shapes, like the line, and I'd make a T-chart. Like I did that all the time. I'd be like, all right, here, you know, and I'd make a T-chart, okay? And then I'd make this one and I'd turn it. This time I'd turn it. And anyway, I'd make a T-chart, right? Drag it down. And then they would have, I'd cut up, I'd type a whole bunch of words, and they'd do some kind of sorting activity, and they do all this. It's so much work, right? But sometimes I also just wanted them to go straight to a website, or maybe I wanted a little link right here to send them somewhere. Like, let's say I wanted them to sort, I don't know, something from Pebble Go, but I needed them to be able to get to it, okay? So I can do something like, or here, maybe I wanted them to go here. Maybe I wanted them to go to Elephant and Piggy's page, okay? And I wanted them to look at the different books, right here, and just be able to see all of these, okay? There is this cool thing called Seesaw Reflect, which is a Chrome extension right here. I used it all the time, okay? And the way that works, while you have Seesaw open, this page right here, the workbook page kind of thing that you're making, while you have it open, in another tab, you open something else that you want to send the kids to, okay? And then once you're here, you tap on the extension, and it's going to either capture a visible area, like taking a, like the whole screen, or a selected area, okay? So let's say, actually, I did this all the time with Epic, now that I'm thinking, because I'd say, okay, I want the selected area, and I would drag and select exactly the book in Epic that I wanted to send them to, and it went, and it put it straight into Seesaw, and what is this? It's a link that sends them straight there. I did this all the time when I taught virtual. I would have some kind of activity here, and I would take a screenshot like this of the book in Epic, and the link is right here, and bam, it shot them there, and it was so quick and easy, and then I just go like this, and there's my assignment. Okay, I mean, I was kind of all over the place there. I went with like several different things, but you get the idea. Okay, now I'm going to go on a totally different route, and I'm going to show you how you can use Seesaw. All these Seesaw assignments that you're doing, I'm going to show you how you can take grades on them and keep track. So when you have assignments in Seesaw, let's change gears here and let's look at all the things that I've been doing in the library. Not very much, but here's a few things. And they're not all extremely academic because my main goal is to teach the kids how to use Seesaw and just do fun book activities, okay? So here I am in my activities, okay, that I'm waiting, the teacher is waiting for teacher approval. Okay, I can go ahead and look and start reviewing this, okay? So let's go here and just look at, but don't let the kids write about that activity. Okay, I don't want to approve all. I'm going to work my way through them. Let's look at this one. Okay, so here is his activity. We did pigeon, and so he drew pigeon on what pigeon wants to do, and this is supposed to be what he wants to do, and then he's supposed to try to write a sentence about what he wants to do, okay? So I'm kind of looking at it. I can see maybe his name. I can't tell what else he's doing. So I can rate this one right here. There's a way to do the skill, though. Why isn't it popping up like that? Let me go back. It usually pops up when it says how, I don't want to do it by specific. Oh, let's go to journals instead of activities. There we go. So now I'm looking at everything. You see how I have 38 unapproved posts? I'm going to go to review. There, now I can do them one at a time. Okay, so here's this. I'm going to go to the graduation cap. I get to decide what I want to grade him on. Let's say I want to grade him on his coloring. His coloring was like a 3-star, okay? His writing, about a 1-star. Then I'm going to check. There. Now I have given him some grades on this assignment. It's only visible to me and him. So this one right here, his coloring, let's see. I'm going to go to the graduation cap coloring. I'm going to give that a 1. Okay, that activity didn't have any writing, so I'm not going to score it on writing. This activity, let's see, that's a great pigeon on the bus. This is a great person. She did not add any writing, so I'm going to go to my graduation cap. I'm going to give her like a 4 in writing or this and nothing in writing. Okay, now I keep doing that all the way through, and once I go over here to my graduation cap, I can see the kids here. These are my students. These are my assignments I have given, right? And I can look and see. Let's see, scroll down. Oh, it's not so much. Oh, that's because those are 2 new ones. Oh, because that's this week. I got to go back. Some of these are old. There we go. Don't let that see how it goes by week. So the ones that I graded, you can see the scores that I just put in, right? They're kind of in there for this activity. I can go all the way across and see it by activity, or I could do it by skill. So let's say the skill was writing, coloring, or just one that has nothing. I can see right off the bat that this little friend has kind of a red in writing and a green in coloring, okay? And the more assignments I have, the more I'm going to be able to see, okay? I don't do grades, obviously, but when I was virtual, guys, I used this constantly, and it's beautiful. Now, how do you make these skills? Because my skills are very vague, right? Because I'm not having any, I don't do grading. But look where we are here. This graduation cap, okay? Right here, add skill. Click right here. Let's say my skill was making pens, okay? Whatever your code is, if you're going to do, like, if this is a K, I don't know, math 1, okay? You're going to probably use your GLA code. I'm going to give there. And now, when I'm back looking at my journal with my lessons, right, I can go back through and look. Click on my graduation tab. Oh, I already assessed that one. I was doing that as an example earlier. Now, let's say this one. That one that I just wrote, Making 10 is here now. So now I can assess it. I can keep adding more skills. Maybe I'm in the middle of grading and I'm like, oh, I have another idea. I want to make another skill because this activity that I made, hits on more than one, So you can make those. And this is a great way to keep track of assessments or work or anything. They can be doing this during group time. It's a great way to check to make sure they're actually doing what they're supposed to be doing during center. I love it. Okay, if you need anything else about Seesaw, please ask me. I am not an expert, but I do love